I'm that Cyclops guy. I'm pretty sure you can figure out why they call me that. Or not. You can find me on all of the socials, including Twitch, Kick, TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook, and YouTube with that_Cyclops_guy. I'm a variety streamer. I play a ton of different games, everything from Tetris to Grand Theft Auto and everything in between.
Let's do this. Hey everyone, Koimiya X here, dad by day, gamer by night, sometime streamer, aka old man. I give the hot takes here at Garbage In, Garbage Out that nobody has asked for. I am a variety streamer that has been streaming for 13 years now. I've been on every big platform and several small ones that don't exist anymore. If you want the most recent up-to-date information about me, just follow me on Twitter at Koimiya X. I like to collect autographed Funko Pops, football jerseys, and comics.
What's up, losers? Neodeath here, and welcome to my graveyard. I'm the third host of Garbage In, Garbage Out. I stream on Twitch and then repost daily on YouTube, so go check those out. Fun little fact about me is I also love Lego. We've been having a blast doing this, communicating with fans, and also talking about gaming and entertainment news from the week.
And we would like to welcome you to
Garbage In, Garbage Out.
What is happening? Yay! I know this is a low budget show, so there's a little bit of a lighting issue here. I'm very proud of that. Now, what's going on? Apparently, we don't have Koimiya with us this time.
Nope, he has family issues. No, all kidding aside, he's dealing with a lot right now. So much to you, brother. Hopefully everything works out and take the time you need to deal with your stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean this is a fun show to do, but then again, this is off to the side, you know. So
right,
take care of your responsibilities first. So, yeah, and we're starting a little bit late because you just had a fun experience.
Yeah, I thought, it was like 1:30 and I'm like, I got time. We can go to Costco and get everything done. And then this is Costco. This is the checkout fucking line all the way almost back. This was all the way back to the close, or the other side was all the way back to the fucking freezer on both sides. It's like tomorrow was gonna end and the apocalypse was coming, or Snowmageddon, or they were giving away something free. Like, this was ridiculous. I've never seen it like this.
I mean, I've seen it like that, but it was usually right before a massive snowstorm or something.
Right.
You know?
And the snowstorm was on Monday. You'd think people would have had time to go whatever, but Jesus. They also had these.
I love how you're holding the Pringles.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's awesome. I know big guy here, but I love Pringles, and I think, were you standing next to Jack Link's jerky right there?
No.
Okay, that looked like Jack Link. That's another thing my wife and I love to have. It's good for protein, so.
I mean, usually every time I go to like a big box store like that or Sam's Club, I always get like a big thing of beef jerky.
And let me guess, with your stomach stapling surgery, you have 2 nibbles and a sniff, and suddenly you're full.
Not as much as you think, but I mean, the best stuff, I think it's the Rapper brand, I think it is. Can't remember. I think that's the brand that tastes the best, I think.
Okay. So anyway, but I know with the Koimiya gone here, but how have you been throughout the week? Everything going good with work?
We survived Snowmageddon. Yeah, and the week was pretty good. Yesterday I had off, so that was even better. 3-day weekend. Had to take the truck to get fixed, and that was pretty productive yesterday. So I was like, all right, I feel like I did something. I feel like an adult. You ever do that? Like you get a couple errands done, you're like, yeah, I can do this, and then you're like, next day, I don't want to do this.
I adulted today. I showed my age, and then you're like,
Right. Where the fuck's my sticker or something? Damn it.
I want a cookie for this. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, we I don't know what it was like up by you guys, but we got a lot of snow. I would say maybe like 8 to maybe 10 inches over. Yeah.
Probably about the same here.
Yeah, we got a lot of that, and they're not used to that kind of stuff here. You know, where I grew up, you know, in northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin, and I actually lived in Minnesota for a couple of years too. Yeah. But we, you know, when it would snow like this, you know, it'd be like, oh, the roads will be plowed by the, you know, end of the day, the next day, everything will be fine, just a little delayed. Here, they've got maybe 3 plows for the whole city. And, we still have trouble getting out of because we live in an apartment here. So it's okay getting into our parking lot, but that a road that goes between our apartment and the apartment across from us, they still haven't plowed that. So it's basically just been SUVs that have run it down so that we can we can actually get in and out. And I got stuck on there like 3 or 4 times. I had to have some neighbors come out and help me.
Oh, really? That bad, huh?
Yeah, because I mean, I've got a Kia Soul, so of course I get stuck and I'm sitting there trying to hit the gas, and all that's doing is spinning the tires.
Right.
So they came out with their shovels, and a couple of them had their own little salt things, and we've got it where it's manageable. But it's like if you hit that brake, you are gonna stick, you know. So, well, unless you got an SUV, some of them around here have SUVs. So. But yeah, luckily I don't think we've reported a few crashes and stuff, but no fatalities on this side.
Well, that's good.
And then the temperature just drops, so of course none of it's melting. Like even when the sun comes out, it seems like none of it's melting.
Right.
So
somehow we made it through. I don't know, like coming out to where we live now in Ohio, like they go by levels here. So you got level 1, you know, if you don't have to, stay off the road. Level 2 is more like if you really have to be out in it, you can be out in it. And then they hit level 3, nobody can be out in it unless it's, you know, police officers, that type, nurses, somebody that really has to fucking be out in it.
Yeah.
So our county always usually sits at a level 2, so we joke that, you know, where I work, Jeep pays for them to not go level 3 so we can all come into work.
Right. We I know with you working with Chrysler, the Jeeps that are out here actually got together and they put together this little thing where if nurses or hospital workers needed to have their driveways plowed or anything, the Jeeps would actually go in there and do like a ride share kind of thing where they would pick up the medical staff and take them to their jobs, and they wouldn't charge them for it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I was like, you know, the guy across from me has a Jeep, but he's got like one of those that's almost like a car, but it's made by Jeep. So he couldn't do it, but like a lot of the Jeep Wranglers around here, we saw them going out when nobody else would go out, and they were like, you'd see like people in their scrubs and like coming out. And I was like, wow, but so it's working. And of course, that's the day my wife decided she's had thyroid issues, but she had something going on with her neck, like it was kind of bulging a little bit, and it turned out it was just like a small infection that was going on because of like some postnasal drip and stuff. But of course, I'm like, of course, when we can't get out of the driveway, that's when you decide to get sick and we have to go to urgent care,
right?
You know. And that's actually one of the times we got stuck. So our neighbors came out so she could sit in the car and warm up. And we all got out there with the shovels. And I'm like, you're just loving this. And she's sitting in there like, this hurts. So, no, but hopefully everybody else that got affected by the snowstorms or any other kind of weather going on. I guess the East Coast is getting hammered right now.
Are they?
Yeah, I guess they're getting like some historic stuff. So, you know, we hope that all of you are safe. Stay off the roads if you don't have to be out there. You know what? Stay off the roads and watch us.
Right. You definitely don't be doing both of those either.
Don't do those at the same time, even if the weather's fine. You know?
I know we're cool and all, but no. I'd rather you get where you're going safely than trying to watch us. So I do have also this little meme that I love. welcome to winter parking, where the spots are made up and the lines don't matter. This is pretty much how our work looks after a big snowstorm. You're like, I think I'm in a spot. I don't know.
I do that a lot with my wife. She's like, "Are we in a handicap spot?" And I'm like, all I know is my gut says maybe."
Man, to be this little red car right there in the middle, they're not getting out till someone moves.
Well, pretty much all these cars in the middle right here.
Oh, yeah. They're all Fucksville.
I mean, this guy got off, but this guy just started work. So you might be done. So, but yep, again, hopefully everybody is safe. Hopefully nobody, got stuck in it. I only got stuck in my driveway, so I was able to get inside pretty quick. But yeah, hopefully everybody's all right.
Yeah, we all survived it, hopefully.
Oh, yeah. Well, unfortunately, we do have one person who hasn't survived. Yeah. We make no political statements except that.
So close.
Yes, I know he missed again.
This one hurts. This one really hurts.
This one really does. We lost a legend, Catherine O'Hara, the mom from Home Alone. That means both parents from Home Alone are gone now.
Was the dad too?
Yeah, the dad died several years ago. It was like I think he had a heart attack.
Oh.
Something with his heart, and then now she died. They haven't said exactly what she died of yet. They said she died after after a short battle with an illness, but there's been flu that's gone around. It could be cancer. It could be that her death had nothing to do with the illness. We just don't know yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was cancer. Usually they come out and they'll say it. Sometimes they're very private about that, but my guess is probably like flu, like you said, or like pneumonia. I know as you get older, pneumonia is a real hard one for somebody to get over at that age. So
yeah,
but this one definitely hurt. Mom of Home Alone, Schitt's Creek, Beetlejuice, like everything. She was really good at whatever she did. But I'm glad that we got at least like a Beetlejuice 2 where she was able to, be there in it still.
Movie wasn't necessary, but she was very good in that movie. I know, Koimiya would say that.
Koimiya would say it stinks.
We need to get like a thing of Sherman from The Critic, like it stinks.
Yes.
Yeah. Here you go. There's one of her most famous scenes from Home Alone where she's on the phone there. I love she just like rips the phone from the person that was talking down the phone. Yeah, and apparently we just don't know.
Didn't they say Macaulay Culkin got really sad and said his mom died or something?
Yeah, he was like, I thought we had more time. I know there was a lot. He got really sad with it. I know Eugene Levy and Sean Levy. Sean Levy was actually saying that she was like another mom before she played his on-screen mom. Because I mean, Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara both came up together on SCTV, which is a sketch comedy show in Canada.
Right.
So yeah, I know they came up together with that. They became really good friends, and this one really sucks. I really can't. There's nothing else to really say, but this one sucks.
Yep. When I saw it, I was like, oh, man. I was like, hopefully that they're wrong on it. Usually they're not, but I was hoping.
Yeah, well, the only time I've ever seen TMZ be wrong was when they were reporting the death of Tom Petty. And that was, they reported that he had died, and then they retracted it saying he hadn't died, but he was in the hospital and was like near death. And then like 12 hours later, they said he died. Right. So they just pretty much jumped the gun on that one.
That was another hard one to lose.
Yeah, Tom Petty.
He was pretty young, if I remember right.
Yeah. But for Catherine O'Hara, we got to do this, especially for somebody this iconic. Controllers up. Thank you for all of the entertainment. Thank you for being Kevin's mom. You know, even though you may have been a little forgetful and forgot you had a son. And thank you for, you know what, her scene in Beetlejuice where she's like, "Damn," that lives in my head rent free for the rest of my life. So
yeah.
Thank you for everything.
Yes.
So, all right. Now that we got the sad stuff out of the way, I did hear somebody from Sanford and Sons just died recently too.
Yeah, I just saw that before we went live. I'm like, oh damn.
Yep.
We're starting out the year already.
And we'll just say controllers up for them as well.
Yep.
So
usually it comes in 3, so that means there's probably another one coming.
Probably right after we get off the show here, we'll read. You know.
Yeah.
And
again, hopefully it's this one.
Wouldn't be sad. I can just say that. I don't hope for it. I just say it wouldn't be sad. But anyway, there has been quite a lot of things happen in the gaming industry this week. I don't know if you saw it, but it was like the beginning of the week. I was like, it's going to be a slow week. We're going to have to figure out something for the show. End of the week, boom. It was
Hold my beer.
But yeah, so did you hear about what was going on at Ubisoft?
What isn't going on at Ubisoft is the real question.
Yeah. Well, so they laid off a whole bunch of their people. They shut down 2 studios. And now they're actually saying that they want 200 employees to voluntarily quit, basically, so they don't have to pay they don't have to pay unemployment. And despite all of this, including they actually shut down, and we'll talk about this in a little bit, they shut down the Sands of Time, Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake, which has been in development. I think that was supposed to be out, 3 years ago?
Something like that.
Yeah, so, but now they're saying that Beyond Good and Evil 2, or Beyond Good and Evil Remake at this point, is entering its 18th year of development hell, but they're still somehow insisting the sequel is still in development amid all of its restructuring.
Okay. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, that's another one where they're like, yeah, you can talk about it as much as you want. And according,
a Duke Nukem 3 or Half-Life 3 before we even see that.
Yeah, everybody's whining about Grand Theft Auto 6. It's like, you realize this is 18 years since we've seen Beyond Good and Evil. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they still say it's in development. They showed a trailer a couple of years ago, which made it look like it was maybe a year out from release. Exactly. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm not holding my breath.
No.
I mean, no, I'm just not holding my breath.
Especially with them having all the layoffs and everything, there's no way that game doesn't just get canceled.
I'd be more surprised if we ever see this game. I mean, we got an announcement for Grand Theft Auto 7 before we got Grand Theft Auto 6, but again, we're going to get Grand Theft Auto 6 before we get Beyond Good and Evil.
Probably.
So, and then there was, if I can get it to pull up here, as we just mentioned with the Sands of Time remake, after Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake was canceled, the actress says that she lost 3 years of work. And she found out that her job was gone via the internet. So Ubisoft didn't even have the guts to tell the actors that this game was canceled.
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous. Like,
yeah,
you think you'd tell everybody? You got to tell the people that are working on it, right? Like the developers, people coding it. You have to tell them, oh, by the way, that game's canceled. Stop working on it. And then you don't tell the actors that are like voicing it and everything.
Yep. And she was saying here, this was a life-changing role just days before Ubisoft the cancellation of its long-awaited. This game was supposed to be out already. Let's just
long time ago.
She's like, so
Wasn't
hi.
it announced in 2020?
I think it was like 2019, but yeah.
Yeah, it could be like somewhere around there, and we still have not gotten it. Like, what the fuck were they doing?
But yeah, she says, so hi, my name is Iman. I'm an actor, and this last week I experienced the most devastating moment of my career. In a video message posted online today, I'm still under NDA, so I'm going to try my best to speak as vaguely as possible about details. I hope you understand. And then basically she goes in here saying like she was working on this game for 3 years. And again, just basically found out via the internet. I'm not going to read the whole thing here. But yeah, she basically just found out via internet, sorry, you're out of a job. Now, what do you tell? Because now you can't put that on a resume because you didn't actually, like the game never came to fruition, you know?
Right.
Or can you put that on there? Say like, I worked on
I mean, I think you could still put it on there, but let's say, unforeseen circumstances, like they stop development or whatever. Like I think most places, if you're in that industry, people know there's layoffs and cancellations and that kind of stuff. So I would think you would be able to do that. Yeah, I mean, I hope she finds work somewhere else. I don't know if I was her. I don't know if I would jump on another Ubisoft game.
Yeah, apparently one of the games that was canceled, it was Assassin's Creed, but not the one coming out, not the not Hex, but it was apparently a mobile game that was set in China.
Okay.
Yeah, and they said that one, like a lot of insiders were saying that was one of them that got canceled. There was 3 new IPs that got canceled.
Which is a bummer because that's what we need is new IPs, not redone shit we've played before.
Yeah. Yeah,
Didn't you say that the Prince of Persia one here was almost done?
Yes. Let me pull that up here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we did have that pulled up here, but I had taken it down. But yeah, they had said that the game was actually very close to the finish line. Then again, I mean, they had it like advertising in 2019, which is usually close to the finish line. So what does that even mean? But yeah, they were saying that they, out of everything that had been done with the restructuring and everything, they had they were almost ready to kick up their campaign for selling the game. And I'm like, you know what? That means that you only had like 6 months worth of work left on it.
Right. Why would you not let them at least finish it? Like if it's that, it's kind of like the Batgirl situation where they completely finished that film and then said, nope, we're not releasing it. We're just going to take the L on it, write it off, and you're never going to see it.
See who's here? What's up,
yes,
Looker?
We've got the Looker. Welcome, brother. We've also got Slayer. What's up, Slayer? Working on several canceled projects.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we don't get canceled, especially with today's episode.
Just so you know, we might get a little political later because we got some files to talk about.
Yeah.
And we've got some stuff to say. But yeah, I just don't understand why, again, like you said, like they did this with, remember Warner Brothers did this with Scoob. Remember they did the cartoon, which was supposed to be like kind of a modern but an origin story of Scoob and Shaggy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the movie was done and they just canceled it. Same thing with Batgirl, like you just mentioned. The movie was done, then they just canceled it. Now we're gonna finally get Coyote versus Acme.
Right.
And that's because some ketchup place that nobody's ever heard of has decided we're going to do this. And I'm like, yeah, that actually might put that studio on the map because everybody that's actually seen it has said it's good.
Yeah. I don't know, like, was Batgirl that fucking bad that they're like, no, we can't put this out? Or was it just like, we're just going to take we want the write-off to, balance the books, as they say. That's what I'd love to know.
And seeing that just seems bad. If you're going to make a movie just to cancel it and then write it off as a tax write-off, I understand that, cancellations for movies happen for various reasons. The fact that one studio had that 3 times within like 2 years, that makes me think you're doing it on purpose.
Right.
And I'm wondering I'm wondering if Ubisoft is doing this on purpose too. If they're just like, okay, well, we put in a lot of money and a lot of effort for this, and it wasn't done. It's like, dude, it's got 6 months left in development. Why are you taking so long? And then you just cancel it. It seems like they're trying to get a tax write-off.
Right.
To me, I'm not a tax expert. I'm not a fraud expert, but that's what it seems like in my eye. I can't say in my eyes because that would be lying.
You put the other one away for to write off, right?
I took this eye out for a tax write-off reason. So, yeah. Why do I do this? Honestly, you know what? Honestly, it's because I never wanted one eye. This isn't something I'd wish on anybody, but I got fucking stuck with it, so I might as well have fun. There's nothing I can do about it. So instead of being like, oh no, don't
look at me. Right.
Guess what? Make your jokes. It's nothing I haven't said.
Right.
So,
if anybody's watching this that's never watched this before, it's nothing personal. We're just having fun.
Mm-hmm.
I should put an eye patch on him one of these days.
Oh my God. You know what? You should. Like have me duck on a camera or something and be like, hey, Adam came over to my house. So, we got a couple of things here. What was Slayer saying here?
As Phil Collins once said, it's in your eyes.
In your eyes. You know what? Phil Collins, I actually miss him performing. I know he's got a lot of medical issues. He'll probably never take the stage again.
I was going to say, I just read something where he came out saying that he was having all these medical issues, and I think had to have like, not hospice, but like somebody helping him out and whatnot.
Yeah. He's got like 24-hour home care.
Yeah.
Because apparently sitting at with the drums and doing this, like he did it so much that it like fucked up his back.
Right.
And like I don't know if it's beyond repair or if it's just going to take years to repair. But
I mean, yeah. That's kind of what took Ozzy out too, is his motorcycle or ATV accident where he had to have a lot of surgeries on his back. Was
that really what kicked it off for Ozzy? Because it seemed like after that happened, he was like great, and then boom, and then great.
It seems like after that is when like all his problems, and then he had to. I think he had to have like multiple surgeries on it to try and correct it. And he said that, he shouldn't have done some of those because it just turned out worse or didn't help with what it needed to. And then it was just kind of downward spiral.
Yeah. Yeah. Ozzy's one of those.
That last concert, he couldn't like stand up like he wanted to.
Well, he had Parkinson's on top of it.
That too. Yeah.
Which I don't. The ATV accident didn't cause Parkinson's, but it sure as hell didn't help.
No.
So, Ozzy was. It's kind of weird when Ozzy died. It was one of those where it was like a combination of, wow, I'm surprised it took so long, and I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did, and wow, it still seems too soon.
Right. I mean, it's the same thing with Keith Richards. Like, how the fuck is he still surviving?
Mm-hmm.
All the drugs and everything he's taken, like, but he's still here.
Well, George Burns was like a guy that like smoked every day, and he smoked those cigars and everything. And I'm like, how does a guy with that much tobacco in his lungs, live to be 100?
Right.
So
Slayer comes back with more Phil Collins. The way he sat, he was always leaning forward to play the drums, and that's what messed up his back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I got this problem too. I need to sit up straight more. I tend to slouch
a lot of us just slouch, right? Mm-hmm. They always said in, grade school and whatnot, sit up straight. You'll ruin your back. No one ever listened. We're like,
No, now all of our backs are like a question mark and sit up straight. So, yeah, Phil Collins, I'd love to see Phil Collins live, but I know it's probably never going to happen now.
No.
I remember the South Park guys, actually, they were up against Phil Collins for the Oscars and like pretty much every music thing that was up the year that Blame Canada was up for an Oscar. And the only one that they won, if I remember right, was the MTV Movie Award for Best Song. And Trey Parker actually went up there and said, I want to thank MTV for not even nominating Phil Collins because they lost every award to Phil Collins.
Was that going up against Tarzan?
I think it went up against, yeah, I think it was Tarzan.
Because that's the one I know that, Phil Collins helped write or whatnot. So I had him in that one, I think.
And Disney is pretty much an Oscar darling. So when you put them up against South Park, of course it was going to go to Disney,
Right.
But, yeah, actually, so while we're talking about it, what is your favorite Phil Collins song? I would say mine is, yeah. I would say Paradise, Think Twice.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good
one. I mean, pretty much all his stuff is bangers when it was by himself or with Genesis. Because my mom was a huge Genesis fan and Phil Collins fan. So I grew up listening to those. But yeah, Land of Confusion, just everything about it is just so like infectious. It just gets in your system. And then, Disturbed redid it and made it even like heavier and like more anthemy. And I'm like, yeah.
I think that was one of the times Phil Collins actually, didn't he help with that cover?
I don't know.
Because I know like Simon and Garfunkel helped Disturbed with their cover of, Hello Darkness, my old friend.
Yeah.
I remember Paul Simon, Sound of Silence. I remember he actually helped them with that. And that's why he says that that's his favorite version of his song that's not his own.
I know everybody raves about that one, but actually Bobo Flex did it a long time before they did it, and I like Bobo Flex's version better.
Okay.
Like they took it and turned it more rock, whereas Disturbed took it kind of as soft as the original. It hits a little bit, but I just always have liked Bobo Flex's version.
Well, what I like about Disturbed's version is it starts so low and then, ends with their traditional, and the creature's about. I can't scream like him, but
right.
So, okay, what is Slayer
Slayer
saying?
comes back, I agree, Paradise, and then says, you mean Disturbed ruined it just like they did Sound of Silence.
People
to each their own, my brother. I
Okay,
mean, I agree with you on the Sound of Silence, but I like Land of Confusion by them.
Just one more question I got to ask you and the audience. Remember the song by Phil Collins in the Air of the Night about that guy who could have saved that other guy from drowning but didn't? And Phil saw it all, and at a show he found him.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Eminem.
And I love that Phil Collins has actually said that song wasn't about that. It's like the song's actually literally about nothing. It's just he put words together that he thought sounded cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, wow, we got off on a tangent there on this show.
Yeah, we did.
But yeah, so, is there a way to get this back?
Just move on like we always do.
That's about what we're going to have to do. And why is it? Yeah, that'll work. Why is this not wanting to pop up here? Oh, okay.
No.
That's because I had the wrong story ready to go.
Way to go. We're professional here, folks. Nothing to see here.
We've been doing this for a year and we still can't get it right. But yeah, Ubisoft actually followed last week's game cancellations and studios with a proposed reduction of 200 more jobs at its Paris headquarters. Now, they actually are asking for 200 employees to voluntarily quit.
Now, who the fuck is just going to go, yeah, fuck you, I'm out of here? Like, no one's going to just quit. How about you fire from the top up? Get rid of fucking management. I'm sure you have way too much management up there that you could do it that way, or at least some of it.
And here it is too. In line with last week's announcements on new operating model and acceleration of cost reduction in initiatives, Ubisoft International has initiated discussions regarding a potential rupture. I don't know how to say this. Conventional collective, I believe is how you say that. A collective voluntary mutual termination agreement that could involve up to 200 positions at its headquarters in France, a Ubisoft spokesperson told IGN today. So basically, they're asking for people to just say, "Sorry, we're done."
I would hope that would actually be like a package. Like, okay, we'll pay you for
6 months.
3 months, 6 months, and then that's all you're gonna get, and you're done with the company type thing.
And then
I
they'll
would
probably
hope to
put
be
it in
some
there,
sort of like buyout,
Yeah.
right? Because I know sometimes our company does that. They'll try and get people to leave. But yeah, what is going on with fucking Ubisoft? Like,
They
what?
used to be like such a great publisher. Like anytime you saw Ubisoft, you were
It's
like,
one
"Yes!"
of those like giants that just has like I don't know how many fucking studios, but like, why is it all of a sudden they're doing all these cuts and everything?
Well, I know last year the only game that made any money for them was Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, when you
Yikes.
say that's the only game that made money, you put that up against like Star Wars Outlaws, which underperformed.
Just say, what else did they put out last year though?
They did that one. I think they weren't making money back on Skull and Bones. They were like a few smaller games that they put out too. And
Skull
then
and Bones was a super risk though. Like they kept just trying to figure out what they were gonna do with that one. And then they finally put out like a beta to see, like, test the waters. And then they completed it. And yeah, and then like it didn't do. I didn't enjoy it. I tried it, and I'm like, nope, not for me. Doesn't seem fun.
How did you take the funnest part of Assassin's Creed 3 and the Assassin's Creed series that was on the water, make a whole game of it and screw it up?
And screw it up. I mean, it's kind of like that. What was it? The other one, the Phoenix, Immortal Phoenix, or fuck. It was that one where there was like it was from a glitch, and they just turned it into a whole game from one of the Assassin's Creeds. It came out like one of the first PlayStation 5 games. I can't remember it. Komiya would know which one I'm talking about.
Well, I know Grand Theft Auto started that way.
Right. Speaking of Slayer, Komiya's not here. He's having some family issues and personal stuff. So, again, tip of the hat, brother. You deal with what you need to, and the show must go on, as they say.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We're hoping he'll be back next week. If he still has other things that he's got to take care of, no problem.
Right. Yeah. We do this for fun. It's not like, it has to be every week. So, there's sometimes we skip weeks for whatever reason, or, whatever the case may be. So,
so sometimes financial issues, sometimes money issues. Right. I mean, sometimes financial issues, sometimes family issues. It's all right.
Sometimes you got to work like me.
Yeah. But yeah, and this is what I was talking about here. The one that I just put up, Ubisoft hopes 200 employees at its Paris HQ will agree to quit, so it doesn't have to pay them off the regular way.
Right.
I would think, though, that if you did take that, that would mean that you can't apply for unemployment after that 6 months or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work. I would think so too, because you're like I said, taking a buyout where they're gonna give you probably something to get you to leave right now instead of fulfilling whatever contract you may have, or however that works. But I know, like, the gaming industry as itself has a lot of problems with this, right? Like, I've read a couple of the books about the gaming industry where they go in these waves where, they'll be working on a game, they hire a bunch of people, and then, it's coming to completion or completed, and then they just mass layoff. And that's why I know in the gaming industry, a lot of these companies now they're trying to unionize to try and stop this, or to try and have some security for, while I'm laid off, I know
Mhm.
I'm coming back at some point type thing. So,
Right.
and Slayer comes back. I hope everything goes well. Thank you.
I'm sure,
sure,
Koimiya thanks you.
Yeah, I'm sure when Koimiya watches this VOD. Haha.
I watch the VOD sometimes. That's usually when I'm That's usually when I'm editing things, though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get more short form content for us up here.
Yes, that seems to be the way, and I think I'm starting to try and do that too. I'm gonna try again TikTok, like posting some of my magic content in short form, like some of my funny games or like the games that I lead off on my YouTubes.
Did you see what's happening on my TikTok with a short that I did from this show?
I did not. No.
That was back from when we were talking about Scream, and I said that Drew
yes.
Barrymore's character.
I remember that one. Yes.
Yeah.
You brought it up last time, didn't you? That people were controversially going after you or something.
Yeah, they're calling me like psychotic. I was like, it's a fictional character, and I said she deserved to die because she was willing to cheat on her boyfriend with a stranger on the phone.
Okay, they're talking about fictional characters. Fictional characters. Am I getting through to you at all?
Apparently not.
No.
And I see Slayer.
Some people take it a little way too seriously. Yeah, Slayer comes back. Easy fix. All they have to do in the future is hire freelance workers.
Well, I mean,
yes and no.
You'd really want to get somebody in there that knows what they're doing, but you don't want to get a freelance person that's maybe brand new.
I mean, I understand it's going to be probably cheaper in the long run, but the experience, like a lot of these people have the experience where they've worked on multiple games before or in the company for, a while.
Mm-hmm. So, another very, very interesting story that came out that's going to probably get some people maybe upset. I don't know at this point.
Oh boy.
Grand Theft Auto 6 has been delayed again, but not in the way that you think. So, Grand Theft Auto 6 is possibly being delayed for their physical copies of the game. I know you and I were talking about this right before the show. They're going to still meet their November date for the digital release, so you'll be able to buy it on Steam and Xbox.
So they're delaying the PC and the physical edition now, right?
That's
to try and meet this.
That's what it sounds like. But again, this isn't even a guarantee that they'll do this. My thing is, for a game to be ready, doesn't it? Like we said before the show, doesn't it have to go gold a month before the release?
Usually it goes gold like a month before so that they can have at least something that's workable to put on, the physical media, the discs, all that. And then after that, usually in that month, they're usually working on that day one patch to fix whatever little things may have come up, in the process of getting it to that. Because usually they have to send it for quality before it can actually go out and stuff. So it sounds like, to me, like they're just going to be working up until the fucking thing releases or pretty close to it. If they're trying to like stop the physical release and just work on digital.
Yeah.
I mean, for it doesn't affect me because I would buy it digitally anyways. So it'd be more like maybe you could chime in on this one.
Well, I will play. I plan on buying the physical copy of it, but at the same time, what I want to know what if players buy the digital copy because they wanted the game so badly because they waited so long for it, and then they decide to buy the physical version? Can we get a refund?
Probably not.
So, are we just stuck with 2 copies of it at that
Stuck
point?
with 2 copies. Yeah, the other thing would be like, so if you know, usually they always have, different tiers, deluxe edition, collector's edition, those type things. So if the collector's edition is physical, how does that work? Like, do I
Right.
get the physical copy later and I get all the, special goodies, statue, whatever the fuck it, might be in it?
Mm.
Um, that would be the other thing that I would want to know.
And it says here, so it's not even guaranteed, but it says here, rather than push back the release date for Grand Theft Auto 6, Rockstar Games might, and here's the big word, might consider delaying the physical release and launching digitally first. Information shared by Reddit user Fluffy Moose 73 via Polish website PPE. A source informed that Rockstar Games is considering not launching physical copies of GTA 6 on the 19th of November of 2026. So it's not even like Rockstar hasn't said a word about this. And
Right.
Rockstar's pretty quiet on that kind of stuff until they make their final decision anyway.
Right. But I mean, how close to the end of this game are they? Like, they're just pushing it back, and then you got this, rumor. I guess we will call it, because it hasn't officially been, said by them. But like, how much fucking work is still needed on this game? Is it going to be one of those games where it's going to come out and it's just going to be complete dog shit without a patch? Or, what's going to happen with it?
Yeah.
Hey, there's our buddy. How's it going, Koimiya? Thank you for joining.
Oh, there
hope
he is.
everything's going well with you.
And I'm laughing. I like how he said that. Yeah, and I've actually got a short form content video getting ready to go live, or to go up on YouTube and TikTok and everything, that has Koimiya explaining why he is not excited for Grand Theft Auto 6.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. So, and remember, it's one person's opinion, which we are all entitled to. So
just like assholes, everybody has one.
No, and I do agree with what you were saying, Koimiya. There's going to be a very loud, vocal, very small minority group that's going to scream, "Oh, we waited 14 years for this, and this sucks." Da da da. There's going to be that, and there's going to be a lot of people do that just for clicks and comments.
Right.
But I won't ruin it. But I'm gonna put that video up hopefully by tomorrow.
Okay, we're holding you to it. Slayer says they got to hire a lead writer for it. Yikes! I would hope they're not hiring a lead writer right now.
Well, they
have to be in the last stretch, I would think, on this game. I would hope. Koimiya comes back. Can't wait. It stinks.
And like I said, Koimiya, we're gonna get a little clip there of Sherman from The Critic going, "It stinks," and I'm gonna put like Koimiya like above the.
That's whatever Koimiya X is talking about for you.
See, even Billy West agrees with us.
Mm-hmm.
Got to dip again,
but damn it, Cyclops.
You need to get into Expedition 33. I know. I finished Assassin's Creed, the main story for it, and a lot of the stuff. I still have like 7 hours worth of like other content I could do.
I'm sure you have more than that. Those games are just grueling.
Mm-hmm. So, especially in the RPG part. But yeah,
right.
I am getting into it. I've got it downloaded.
Yay! That's step 1.
I've had it downloaded, but yeah.
Okay, that's step -2.
So step.
Sorry, in your case, -1.
Okay. But yeah, I will get. I'm gonna start getting into it, and if I don't like it, I'm coming to you.
Garen, I will fucking pay you if you don't like it, because it is awesome.
So you'll pay me even though I downloaded it on
There's
on
no
Game Pass?
way you will not like it, get into it. Once you hit Act 2, you'll be like totally enthralled.
Okay.
I mean, even in the beginning, it hooks you, but I mean, once you hit that Act 2, you're like, holy fuck.
So the thing is, I just don't get into a lot of the turn-based combat. The only turn-based combat game that I liked were the 2 South Park games, the Stick of Truth and the Fractured Butthole.
Mm.
That's actually its real name. It's the Fractured Butthole.
Yep. Not how you think it's spelled.
And, but I will get into it. I mean, I'll say Koimiya did not steer me wrong when he recommended Doki Doki Literature Club. Neodeath does not like to read that much. So.
I didn't like to read that much, and the payoff wasn't as good as I was expecting it to be.
Dude, when the whole thing read your card and everything to say...
but the expedition, I don't even think Koimiya's even hit, like, when you hit Act 3, there's even more shit that happens, and, it just takes you for a whole fucking loop. So once he hits there, he'll be even more hooked into the game. So
I like how you explained it, how I try to explain things when I'm trying not to give things away. I'll be like, so some stuff happens and then some things happen. And
I'm trying to keep it as vague as I can while also giving, the excitement that I had once the stuff happened. I was like, oh, okay. Now I have to fucking keep going, and as you say on the combat, you can turn it down so you're just casual story mode, and I had to like trying to take my first boss with like just normal difficulty where you actually have to time the blocks and shit. I'm like, fuck that, and especially some of the later bosses, you can't even think about doing that. You have to be like picture perfect. But you can turn it down to story mode, and then, combat's not as bad, but it's still fun. Like, it's still interactive. So it's not just, okay, attack. You have some interaction there where you have to press the buttons and try and dodge and stuff.
Is it QTEs or is it actual combat?
It's QTEs and combat.
Okay. Yeah, it's I actually am finding it really funny that Ubisoft is having so many problems right now, and actually the developers of Clair Obscur Expedition 33 are mostly all Ubisoft former employees who were let go or left the company because they didn't like what was going on there.
Oh, are they? I didn't know that.
Apparently, they had pitched Clair Obscur to Ubisoft, and Ubisoft turned them down, saying, no, that game will never make money. It's stupid. How dare you bring that up to us? And they left. They created their own studio, and now it's like the biggest fucking game.
Right. I bet they're kicking them fucking selves as they're laying off studios and people. Like, damn, we should have actually said yes to that one, and, we'd probably be in the green instead of the red.
We might be getting respected by gamers instead of ripped apart.
Right. Slayer comes back here. I'm just saying, Neo's mohawk got hard at the intro to Expedition 33. Yes, it did.
So you got
not just the intro.
You got like a hair erection, huh?
Mm-hmm. I don't need a Viagra for that.
So if you ever need to get him like really excited, just mention Expedition 33 and he's ready to go.
All right.
Tell his wife, if she ever needs. And and then he says,
but yeah, man, you got to get into that game.
Okay.
There's so many games I want to play because I know there's the new Dragon Quest VII remake that's coming out here in a couple days, and a couple of those games I mentioned last week. I want to play those, but I'm trying to get through Sea of Stars, but it's like taking a while here.
Yeah, and I still got to play the Midnight Walk. That's one that I know I saw you playing for a while. I think you were playing that. Was it on TikTok or was it Twitch?
Twitch.
Yeah, I gotta still get into that one. I know I need to get into a bunch of other ones, but I'll put those off to the side and do Expedition 33 just for you guys.
You got to do Expedition 33, so at least I could talk to somebody about it. Jesus.
We do have some other really interesting news coming out of Nintendo, and actually, this is one that Koimiya sent us on the group that we have.
Slayer comes back. Go ahead and pull it up. On Fable is confirmed to be PlayStation Day 1 also. So,
Yes.
I will probably pick that up since I've never played a Fable and give it a shot.
I'm really excited.
Maybe I'll actually stream it.
Did you see the deep dive into Fable that the developer did?
I watched a little bit of it, like
Oh
about
my
the giant.
God. Yeah, that looks so awesome. And they said there's like 700 buildings in the whole game, and you can enter every single one of them, and they each have their own unique layout. And then there's literally 1,000 NPCs, and you can romance every single one of them, or none of them, whichever way you want to go.
Okay.
I am really excited for that. That means that's
when is that one release?
That is later this year. I think they've just said fall of 2026. I don't think they have an actual date.
It doesn't actually have a date. Okay.
Let me...
if it's going to be a fall one, that's going to be a busy time. You're going to have GTA 6, Wolverine, that.
Did they have an
probably a bunch of other ones coming out around then.
Okay, yeah, it just says fall of 2026. So that's provided it doesn't get delayed. I mean, this far out, you never know.
Romance the chickens after kicking them. Yikes.
You know what? I'd say I don't want to know, but
Link would be liking that one, I guess.
Like you were saying, you got Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out in November. You're gonna have Wolverine coming out.
Wolverine around there.
I'm assuming that's gonna be September. That seems to be Insomniac's sweet spot is September.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if they're trying to avoid the blast zone, so to speak, for Grand Theft Auto 6, I would venture to assume that I'm thinking Wolverine will probably come out September. And Wolverine will probably come out in September. And I'm thinking Fable will probably come out. My prediction would be either end of September, like maybe try to launch it against Wolverine, or early October. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah, probably.
And then November will be like all GTA, which
pretty much. I mean, there will be games that will release then, but nobody will know.
This other game, Grand Theft Auto 6. This other game, Grand Theft Auto 6 is pretty much how it's going to be.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah, that's how fall is a lot of times with those.
Pretty much. That's usually when a lot of the games, between now and there's a little trickle in summer, but this is usually like the dead zone for games. You're like, come on, I need something new to play. Going through your backlog trying to find shit.
Well, this is usually a dead time for a lot of game releases too right now, but we've still got Re-Animals coming out next month. You've got the new Life is Strange is coming out in March, which will finally bring our girl Chloe back, and maybe it'll make a double exposure make a little more sense. And then on top of that, you've got Deck 9 has another game coming out too that's kind of like Life is Strange. It's not Bloom and Rage. It's not Lost Records. It's something else that's coming out. And then after then you have First Light 007 is coming out in May.
Right.
So
it's supposed to be March, wasn't it?
It was supposed to be March, and they pushed it to May.
Yep. And Slayer comes back. Don't hit us with your GTA subliminal messaging. All right, what do we got for this article?
Whatever, I do what I want. This is another game you and Koimiya at least has told me I need to play. Dispatch is out already on the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox. It is coming to Nintendo, but apparently Dispatch is censored on Nintendo Switch due to platform content criteria. Now, I've got two stories that kind of go together with this, but Dispatch... the superhero workplace comedy by Telltale veterans and ADHOC. I'm not sure how to say that. Is that ad hoc?
Ad hoc.
Ad Hoc Studio, is now on Nintendo Switch. But a number of excited new and returning players aren't super happy about the release. As it turns out, the game has been pretty aggressively censored on the system. It's been well known. It's been well known since its release on other platforms that Dispatch is a game with significant adult content. Some characters are fully or partially naked in various scenes, with their full anatomy on display because, body parts are apparently a bad thing. There are some sex scenes where characters can make sounds associated with sex. Sometimes characters flip the bird at one another, which, okay, wow. How big was this?
Right.
For those who don't want to see all this, there's a censorship toggle in the settings that covers up the nudity and the middle fingers and silences the unwanted sex noises. I've never heard of something called unwanted sex noises.
Right.
On most platforms, God, why am I sounding so perfect? On most platforms,
Pervy shoe fits.
yeah, sure.
Sorry.
Really? I'm not sorry. This is entirely optional and up to the player to turn on. So,
But if I remember reading right, didn't they say that on the Switch, like that toggle doesn't work? Like you can't toggle it off if you do want it?
I think so, yeah. Let's see. But not on Nintendo Switch. Earlier today, reports began to drop reviewers of the Switch version that Dispatch's censorship toggle is missing from the options on the platform. That's because it's permanently turned off, no pun intended. So all the censor bars and the silence are stuck that way with no way to turn on the more mature version of the game. Why? According to Ad Hoc, it's because Nintendo policies. It's because of Nintendo's policies. Different platforms have different content criteria, and submissions are evaluated individually. The studio said in a statement shared with Eurogamer, "We worked with Nintendo to ensure the content within the title met the criteria to release on their platforms, but the content narrative and gameplay experience remains identical to the original release." So, and this has understandably frustrated people. A number of members of the Dispatch communities in places like Reddit and other social media platforms have alternatively expressed frustration with Nintendo for its policies and Ad Hoc for bending to them so readily.
Right. I mean, if depending on what the rating is on it, if
It's
it's
an M-rated game.
if it's an M-rated game, it shouldn't fucking matter. Like, then it's up to the customer that bought it.
I think of it like, remember when Resident Evil 4 was on the Nintendo, was that Nintendo GameCube when that first came out? I remember playing so many M-rated games there. It's like, it really shouldn't matter. You've already got the rating system that's there for parents anyway. All parents need to do is, this kind of weird thing called looking.
Right. And knowing what you're buying, just like if you're going to a movie, you see it's rated R, you're gonna have your discretion on whether or not you're bringing your 7-8-year-old in there or whatever. Like if you want to do it, you can do it, but there's going to be some ramifications for that. Mommy, what are they doing on screen?
And I remember last time I went to see Deadpool and Wolverine, there was a dad in there with a 6-year-old, and all of a sudden he got up and stormed out. It's like, dude, it fucking says rated R, and it's Deadpool. What did you expect?
Right. It's not sunshines and lollipops with that one.
He thought it was just going to be like a normal Marvel movie. It's like, it fucking says rated R.
Right. It's the only one that says rated R on it. And that, and that's probably why they try and stay away from those, even though a lot of us fans want them to be more accurate or whatever. We want the movies like Silent Hill and all those to be rated R because that's what they're supposed to be and not watered down just so that they can get more fucking seats in there.
More butts and seats. Yeah.
You're right. And I did see that, the new Silent Hill did not do that great in theaters.
I've seen mixed things. I've either seen somebody loves it or people hate it. And I'm like, there's no middle ground here, Right. But it's basically Silent Hill 2, the movie, though. And apparently the director said he's got like a 3-hour version of it, but the studio was like, it has to be under 2 hours. And so he had to cut a lot of that content. And I'm like, okay, bring me a director's cut,
Right.
Yeah.
Slayer comes back here. Never heard of unwanted sex noises. Haven't you ever heard of Fran Drescher speak? Yikes. I would not want to hear that. Those sex noises coming from her.
Or Yolo Ono. Or Yoko Ono.
Ono.
Yoko Ono. She broke up the Beatles, damn it. But there's another part to this story.
More like the blame game.
Yeah, pretty much. Just pulling that up here. Nintendo has shifted blame. Nintendo shifts blame for dispatch Switch version censorship as players request refunds. The company does not make changes to partner content, it said in a statement. And it was saying here, after the Switch owners complained about the superhero comedy Dispatch forcing censorship on the newly released Nintendo versions of the game, Nintendo released a statement denying that it was directly responsible for the decision. No, not us. And then it's basically just a not us, not us, not us.
Right.
Like,
I mean, if that's the case, maybe it's a glitch in the the coding when they were trying to transfer it over. Couldn't they just patch it then? And then you could have the Switch toggle again?
that sounds like an easy fix to me.
Could that be what the problem was? Who knows? But yeah, they're both blaming each other. I see it as more because Nintendo's always the family-friendly stuff. I would think that, they're the ones that said, no, we're not putting that type of content on here.
Yeah, and their statement here says Nintendo requires all games on its platforms to receive ratings from independent organizations to meet our established content and platform guidelines. While we inform partners when their titles don't meet our guidelines, Nintendo does not make changes to partner content. We also do not discuss specific content or criteria used in making these decisions. Yep, and this is at the same time, the Switch release dispatch developer Ad Hoc stated that it worked with Nintendo to ensure that the content within the title met the criteria to release on their platforms. Be the core narrative of gameplay experience remain identical to the original release, but after Nintendo's statement, who to blame for covering Dispatch's naughty bits is unclear. You know what this kind of reminds me of? This kind of reminds me of the health insurance companies in America. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna say it.
All right, we're going there.
Yeah, because I mean, you get you have to get like a prior authorization for a medication, and then it's like, oh, well, you can't do it at the pharmacy. You have to call your insurance company. The insurance company needs it from the doctor or the pharmacy. Either one will do. Neither one has sent it. Okay, well, we sent it over there. They must not be receiving it. Well, we haven't received it. They must not have sent it.
Right. Yep. Back and forth. Back and forth.
Mm-hmm. And that's all this is going to be too. It's just going to be, oh, it's not our fault. It's their fault. Oh, they got to fix it. No, they got to fix it.
Right.
It's like, how about
if enough people start requesting refunds, then all of a sudden somebody will start taking action, whether it's Nintendo or, Ad Hoc or whoever put it out on the system. Like I said, that maybe a patch will come out and they'll, make it so the toggle works.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with this. We will definitely report on it the more information that comes out. But yeah, I just love this whole blame game. It's like apparently that doesn't go away as you get older.
No. Nope.
So
or what company you work for, it don't matter. Somebody's taking blame.
So yeah, any kids watching this, yeah, it doesn't get better as you get older.
Right.
Now I do have to ask you though, have you heard much about the new God of War TV show that's coming out for Prime?
Just the main actor for who's playing Kratos. That was the last thing I heard.
So they have finally cast who's going to play Odin in the new upcoming Amazon show, and guess who it is here? Mandy Patinkin. Now, if you don't know that name, that's okay because I didn't recognize the name right before.
I didn't recognize the name, but I know the picture.
Yep. So he is actually famous for being in Criminal Minds for the first, I want to say, couple of seasons.
Yep.
And then he actually transitioned into a show called Dead Like Me,
which is one of my favorite shows.
Mm-hmm. As the
I have
show,
watched that one multiple times.
I love that show.
I wish it would have gone longer. Like the guy that did that, he also did, I believe, Pushing Daisies.
Yep.
Which was another good one. Like it's got that, it's right up my alley of, grim humor.
Oh yeah.
Gallows humor.
But yeah. He was also in The Princess Bride as well, as a lot of people may recognize him from. But yeah, so he is actually going to play Odin, and I'm like, okay, so I've seen him as like the good guy that maybe will do some bad things, but I've never seen him as a full-on villain. So this is gonna be awesome. If you guys ever saw Dead Like Me, he actually played the lead Grim Reaper, so to speak. Like when she died, and then she was in like the group of other people who were doing the Grim Reaper's bidding.
Which I think he was only in the first season. I think he left after the second or after that season. I don't think he came back or something like that. Or
no, he was in Criminal Minds. He was only in the first season. For this one, he was in everything except the movie.
Okay. I knew there was something he wasn't in that like they didn't bring him back, and I'm like, that sucks.
I don't know if he refused to come back or if he had like scheduling conflicts, but yeah, he couldn't do the movie that wrapped it all up.
Right. Okay, that's what it was. I knew there was something.
But yeah, so the casting is in full swing. Moments after announcing the actor for Thor, Amazon and Sony confirmed that Mandy Patinkin will play his father Odin. It's another major addition to the cast of the next Prime Video game adaptation, confirming that many of the series' biggest roles have now been filled. Patinkin joins, I don't know how to say this. Is that Olafur Darry, whatever, as Thor?
Yeah. Your guess is as good as mine on that one.
As well as Ryan Hurst for Kratos. Now, Ryan Hurst actually.
See, I didn't hear the one for Thor either.
Yeah, and Ryan Hurst actually did the voice of and body and motion capture for Thor in the Ragnarok video game.
Oh, I did not know that either.
So he did he did all that for Thor, and now he's playing Kratos, who fights Thor. And I guess that really upset the guy that does Kratos because he wanted the live action role of Kratos. But that doesn't mean he won't come back for the show in some way. Right. Kind of like how they had Troy Baker come in for The Last of Us, even though he wasn't playing Joel.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, and I'm really excited for this. The more I've been hearing about this, the more excited I'm getting for it.
Right. Anyhow, Amazon's been doing good with like Fallout, so hopefully they can transfer that to this. And then, maybe we can finally get that BioShock, and then like, Nerdgasm, we would have all these good shows based on video games and, and done well, not slammed into a movie to try and get it in like 2 hours or less.
Right. Well, we were talking about before how a lot of your movie companies want to do like a PG-13 to get more butts and seats in the theaters.
Water it down, yeah.
Yeah, well, apparently they were going to do, I want to say it was Universal Pictures. They had said that they'll pretty much give a BioShock movie the biggest budget that they want. They just have to make it PG-13. And Ken Levine, who is the creator of BioShock and actually holds the rights to it, said no. He was
Good.
actually the one saying, you know, you make this R-rated or you don't make it at all, because it is an R-rated game. It is for a mature audience. It is for an adult audience. We're not going to water it down for kids and piss off the audience, you know. Yes, standing applause for that. You know?
Right. Standing up to the studios, not just going, okay, give me the paycheck, you do whatever the fuck you want with this. Like a lot of these like creators and, you know, studios do. Give us a paycheck and you got it. You got the brand, you can do whatever the fuck you want. And then we're like, what the fuck?
So
we got Gypsy Phoenix that says, hey guys, how's it going, Gypsy? Thank you for joining.
How's it going, Gypsy? Gypsy. There was a, what was that?
I thought, I don't know if that's where you were going with that.
Yeah, well, there was a I want to say it was like a Robin Hood or some kind of stage play. And they were talking about gypsies in there, and it was like this one guy that was going like, he's like the main bad guy. He was going like, gypsies, gypsy, like doing this whole thing. And I was like, wow.
No clue where you're going with that one.
I want to say it was like a Robin Hood like stage adaptation that they did for like the young. I don't know. I have to look it up. That'll be like gypsy song, and there's probably like 100 of them that's out there. Like go through each one to find it.
I wish you could just shut your big yapper.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Now I regret putting these on here because
I'm having way too much fun with these today.
You and I are going to fight.
I didn't hear no bell.
Okay.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You going to pop my other eye out?
Yes. Then you have to...
That was a wink, but you don't know it because it's just an eye.
I said, then you have to wear 2 eye patches.
I don't even wear one.
Actually, that's in Sea of Stars. They have pirates in there. One of the pirates does have that. He has 2 eye patches on, and then he'll flip them up. And I'm like, oh my God, that's hilarious. Okay, now we're just gonna play them all.
Yeah, this happens sometimes. We tend to devolve into like a clip war against each other. Gypsies, what'd you say? Gypsies are technically outlaws. Yeah. I had heard that. I don't know much about the history of gypsies, but I had heard that. And what was Slayer saying?
Old Allen Man brothers over here, Ramblin' Man.
I'm a rambling man.
Nothing senior, folks.
Oh, trust me, there's lots to see.
Can you see?
Really? I can see about half.
We should really start like a running the tip jar.
Oh yeah, so every time we say fantastic or every time we mention the eye.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, remember when we said we were going to get a little bit political during this show?
Oh, goody.
This is the time. So if you don't like it, don't click off. We really like having you here. Just, you know.
The fuck y'all don't know Allman Brothers? Yeah, I know that one.
I've heard of the Allman Brothers.
I probably know the songs. I just don't know that it's the Allman Brothers.
That's how my wife was with Alice Cooper. She knew the song Poison, and that was about
Poison or Feed My Frankenstein.
School's Out Forever.
Yeah. One of those ones where you're like, oh, this is a good song. Oh, that's who that is? Okay.
She did that actually. So I worked at Borders Books for a long time, and they had an Alice Cooper Greatest Hits album there that I bought. It was a double album, and I bought it, and I told Rachel, I was like, you're going to listen to this with me. Have you heard of Alice Cooper? And she was like, oh yeah, I like the song Poison. I was like, okay, you like his biggest hit. Do you like Alice Cooper? And she's like, well, I don't know if I've heard it. Well, then I put it in, and she's like, oh, I love this song. I was like, this is Alice Cooper. She's like, what? And I was like, yeah, this is Alice Cooper. Then we get to the next song. Oh, I love this song too. And this is Alice Cooper. It's like, it's the same guy on this. She's like, I didn't know Alice Cooper did this. I was like, so you're a massive fan and you didn't know.
Right.
So, what's he say here? Lordy?
Lord, I was born a rambling man trying to do the best I can.
Lord, I was born a rambling man. Yep, I know that one.
Yep.
All right,
Thank you for educating and dating yourself there, Slayer.
Hey, I'm in my 40s. I should know that. But yes, so PlayStation's Spider-Man actor has called for the blocking of ICE funding after the brutal Minnesota killing. That was a flat-out murder. Let's just say it. Yuri Lowenthal asked others to speak out against injustice. Now, I saw this on Instagram. But over the weekend, the nation witnessed the federal agents wrestle a man to the ground and shoot him roughly 10 times because that just seemed excessive. That didn't seem excessive at all.
GTA for real.
Yeah. GTA IRL.
Right.
Yeah. On a busy street in Minneapolis, Minnesota, the shocking killing, which came just weeks after President Trump threatened the state with a day of reckoning and retribution, has sparked a growing backlash against U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, otherwise known as ICE, including the voice for PlayStation Spider-Man.
It wasn't just him. There was a couple other, like I saw John Leguizamo came out and said, if you support this, then don't fucking watch my shit.
Yeah, don't come to my movies. Don't come to my shows.
I can't remember his name. Randy Blythe, I believe, from Lamb of God, also put out something. A lot of these people.
Michael Fishman from Roseanne.
A lot of famous people have been coming out saying, what the fuck? If you support this, then fuck off. Leave my content alone or whatever.
Yeah, he didn't come out quite that harsh, but he did say we must speak out against injustice. Now, this is actually, so he's played Spider-Man, and this is the kind of stuff I believe Spider-Man would stand up for.
For sure.
Yuri Lowenthal in a recent Instagram video says, "I know that this is not new for large swaths of American people, but every day that we stay silent, it makes it easier for them to shoot us in the streets and round us up and genocide entire people. We must speak out, and we have to take care of each other. I implore you, if you are an American citizen, call your senators every day next week and tell them no more money for ICE. We must not stand for it."
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and
but he's...
Gypsy comes back here. Damn, I'm English and haven't heard the news across the pond. That's sad news. Yeah. I mean, I'm shocked you didn't hear about it. I mean, maybe it's not as blown up as it is here. Like, after it happened, it was all over the place. Like, there's been 2 of those now recently where, innocent people have been shot just because of these asshats think that they're God, pretty much.
Because, well, our leaders said, they've got pure immunity, and they don't.
No. Nobody has pure immunity. Like, even the asshat in the fucking president's seat, he does not have immunity. No.
Now, Lowenthal, as it says here, and this will explain it a little bit more for you, Gypsy, here, but Lowenthal has played Peter Parker in each Insomniac Games' Spider-Man release and is seemingly set to return for an eventual unannounced Spider-Man 3 plans, for which leaked back in 2023. His plea to fans and fellow Americans comes as the death of 37-year-old Alex sorry if I say his name wrong, but Alex Preddy, at the hands of masked agents, because they're cowards. They don't even.
Yeah, that's the other thing. If you're so like almighty or police, and you've got to cover up your face because you're scared about retaliation or whatever the case, then that just makes you a fucking coward.
ICE agents are the new KKK members. They cover their face, so
KKK or even Nazis.
That's
how they started out doing the same bullshit.
What's the difference between ICE and ISIS? They're just government funded terrorist organizations. I mean, they are. So yeah, so let's see here. Mass agents has put pressure on lawmakers to block an increase in funding for ICE. Judicial scrutiny of ICE's actions in the state have culminated in the acting head being summoned to appear in court this week or risk being held in contempt. Now Yuri continues on here. He says, "The more we stay silent and try to shore up a failing illusion of normalcy, the more we trade pieces of our soul, and the easier we make it for them to shoot us in the street." Lowenthal wrote on Instagram, "Call your reps every day this week and tell them how furious you are, how scared you are, and that they must speak out against what's happening. This simple message they need to hear is no more money for ICE. ICE, which didn't exist until 2002, was recently awarded $75 billion, and that's billion with a B, funding increase on top of its existing budget of $10 billion. So that's what, $85 billion altogether. Top Border Patrol official Gregory Bovino wrote over the weekend that the real victims in Petrie's killing were the agents. It's like, no, if you actually, I'm not going to show the video here. I'm just not going to do that. But if you actually watch the video there, they have him on the ground. He has his hands up. They shoot him like 10 times. And then there's actually one agent in there that sits there and does this, like is actually like celebrating it. And then it turns out that Petrie was an ICU nurse who worked with Veterans Affairs, meaning he was one of the nurses who were taking care of our wounded veterans.
Right.
And then people are saying, oh, there's video of him messing with the ICE agents from 8 days before, so he deserved it. And I was like,
nobody deserves it. I don't care what you do.
Camera.
Right. Holding a camera does not mean you get to execute someone. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not how we're supposed to work. We're supposed to have these freedoms. You're supposed to have freedom of press. You're supposed to, clarity of all this stuff. But
and if he was such a risk from days before, why was he able to wander the streets and show up with his camera again?
Right. Why wasn't he taken into custody and done right? No.
So
Slayer comes back. Come on, Civil War. I'm waiting for it. That's what we need. I mean, we're getting closer and closer. I mean, I thought it was going to be bad last time Trump was in office and we had, the kid that went out there protesting with a fucking assault rifle and killed somebody, and that was okay.
My thing is, now they're trying to say that they shot him, he was dangerous because he had a gun. The gun was holstered. It was in his waistband in an open carry state, and it was legally his. It was actually legally obtained, and he was legally carrying it. And now all of a sudden they're saying, oh, you can't carry guns to a protest. That means you had violence. It's like, I've got a lot of video.
Right. They've done the Republicans on the other sides have done it. Like I said, that kid was open carrying. And there's plenty of pictures and whatnot, but that's okay.
It's like he had a pistol, essentially. They had automatic assault rifle. It's like there's a big difference. And then the ones on January 6th had those big things strapped to their backs, and it was like, so wait, that's okay? I mean, that's actually showing intimidation. What he had it was in his waistband, and suddenly that's
right. It wasn't like he drew it and wasn't going for it. It's a mess. Our country is definitely a fucking mess right now.
Mm-hmm. And then Gypsy came back here.
There's a serious problem if you have to go to war with your own country. Correct. Mm-hmm. If we have to go against our own fucking government, which we've done before.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing too, is like a lot of people are praising Trump for taking the president and the first lady from Venezuela, and it's like, okay, so you're gonna say like they're protesters and everything, like you threatening their protesters is a no, but shooting ours dead is suddenly okay. And I mean, what Renee Good, they called her a domestic terrorist, and if you look, her wheels are trying to avoid him.
Right.
You can actually see she's turning this way to get away from him. So I don't know.
Sad affairs that's going on in our country, all around it.
I'm just afraid of what else. I mean, if they're lying for what we see, imagine what they're getting away with what we don't see.
Right.
So
And as Slayer comes back, they unholstered his gun and then shot him. They literally disarmed him before they shot him. It's in the video.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, if you've got him on the ground, he's, surrendering. They take his gun and then you shoot him. That's the same thing that happened, with
Gestapo.
what the Black Lives Matter. What started all that?
Mm-hmm.
Floyd, wasn't it?
George Floyd, yeah.
George Floyd, yeah. He was surrendering and everything, and they, used excessive pressure, and he passed away, and that sparked that whole thing, which I'm totally for. I totally agreed with him. Nobody should be prosecuted like that in our country. Like, that's not how we work.
Mm-hmm.
That's how, other country, third world countries and whatnot, that's how they are, not us.
So, and then, I mean, my thing is, we've had to do this before. It's just too bad we didn't learn our lesson the first time.
I mean, you'd think we'd learn from we do not learn from that past. Like, history is repeating itself. I'll say it, this is how Germany started.
Mm-hmm.
Same fucking things are happening here. That's how he started and started his bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just like, okay, this seems okay to us. Like, what?
Okay, I mean, people look at Germany now, and when they get frazzled, the rest of the world gets nervous. And all of a sudden, we're just sitting here going like, hey, so how did you do it again?
Right. Gypsy comes back. England is no better. The government is screwed. Yeah.
And then Slayer
came back here. The sad part is the Civil War was already started with ICE, and people are too dumb to realize that's what's happening right now. Pretty much. Yeah, there's too much power in their hands, and they're able to just go out and like, you don't need a warrant or anything to go into people's houses anymore. Like, what the fuck? Where's our protections and liberties?
Isn't that the Fourth Amendment says that they have to have
a legal
and
search
they're being
and
deported
seizure
without due process, and they're like, oh, due process is different. Like, no, it clearly states.
No.
It's
a Fallout thing. War never changes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, now they're saying like they can come into our house without warrants and everything, and I'm like, well, the Fourth Amendment says I can use the Second Amendment to stop that from happening.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Charlie Kirk
things are
actually
going
said
really topsy turvy, and if we just sit back and let it happen, then
we're no better.
We have to stand up, speak up. That's why we've got a lot of these people that do have, the platforms and the people that can get it out there, other than just us with 8 viewers, that, can get it out there more to try and, stand the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Open your fucking eyes, see what's happening around, and say something, do something, go to Congress, whatever we got to do to stop this.
So, well, it's not just the thing is it's starting in Minneapolis, but it's like what happens when it starts spreading to other states? I know they're trying to stop it from going to other states, but it's already in like California, New York.
Oh yeah, they're all over the fucking place.
The one in Minneapolis is the one that's just getting the most aggressive.
Right.
Oh god.
Again, same thing like Germany is as long as you continue to that's not affecting me. Let me just turn my head. I didn't see nothing, and then it finally gets to you, and you're like, there's nobody left to help you because you just took everybody else out.
Mm-hmm. And I know there are some local law enforcement that are refusing to work with ICE, which is actually pretty awesome. And I'm like, yeah, a lot of times they're the ones. Yeah. What does Slayer say here? Stop paying taxes, stop working, stop buying, start fighting. Yeah, they did have a day yesterday.
Unfortunately, we might have to get to that.
Well, they did have a day yesterday that was like nationwide where a lot of companies closed down. Unfortunately, mine didn't. I had to work. And if I didn't show up, I get an occurrence.
Yeah, I thought I saw, like last week somebody was talking about like, walking out to support ICE not being around. And, always hit them in your pocketbook. That always, speaks louder than fucking anything.
Mm.
All of a sudden, companies, take notice and whatnot. But we'll try and tone it down a little bit here. But let's go on to this next article here.
Well, this isn't toning it down much here because it says nearly 1/3 of non-U.S. game developers have canceled plans to travel to the country being the United States, because of immigration and gender identity policies. GDC's, so Game Developer Conference's 2026 State of Game Industry Survey says that the number jumps nearly half among LGBTQ developers.
Which is sad. People are afraid to come to our country because of all this shit. And they could just be visiting. Like,
they could
have gone through all the legal channels and they're still going to get prosecuted because they're different in some way.
And it says here, the situation in the U.S. right now is not great. Well, I think we just kind of talked about that. Right. Particularly for non-citizens, a promised crackdown on so-called illegal immigrants. It seems that, that's the thing. I know we're getting a little more political here, but it's like when Bush and Biden and Obama, when they deported people, they went after the criminals, not just anybody.
Right. And it's funny that, the ones that are getting killed are not immigrants.
They're our own citizens.
Right. How the fuck's that work?
The other way is they're kidnapping little kids and trying to use them as bait to bring out people who are here legally. And they're trying to, I don't know. That's the thing. I get too flustered because I want to say everything all at once. And I can't.
And then Gypsy comes back. No one has learned from World War II. Roosevelt and Churchill did all that for nothing. Sorry, we moved on. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like in Michael Jackson's song, They Don't Care About Us. It's like, if Roosevelt was living, he wouldn't let this be.
Right.
And then he said if Martin Luther was living, he wouldn't let this be. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, promised crackdown on so-called illegal immigrants by U.S. President Donald Trump has become a violent free-for-all, resulting in multiple killings that the government and security forces have insisted were justified. So they've basically lied to people and told them, oh, it was justified. Like, no, it wasn't. Despite sometimes ample evidence to the contrary. Some countries over the past...
One sec. I want to... When is it ever justified to kill somebody? Unless they are physically using force, they have a gun drawn on you, that's when you're supposed to be able to use force to disarm them, stop them, save people, whatever the case. If they're just filming or they're just in their car trying to comply, get out of the way, whatever the fuck, that is not justify using that kind of force. Ever.
Shoot the tires, not shoot the woman,
Right. Shoot the engine, whatever the fuck. Just draw the gun to, scare them, not pull the fucking trigger.
Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of law enforcement has actually said you can tell these agents are not properly trained. They're shoot first and ask questions later.
Right.
Kind of people. And you need to, sometimes
this is not the fucking Wild West where we can just start shooting everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But apparently, don't tell Minneapolis that. Apparently, it's a shoot first and ask questions later state there. That's why I've said it's like if I see ICE walking around, I'm not following. I'm not even going to acknowledge them.
Right.
Like they're going to say step back. I'm going to be like whatever, suck my balls, and just walk by.
Right.
But yeah, so sometimes countries over the past year have issued travel advisories or cautions for people headed to the U.S., Canada. Canada, for instance, issued a warning in 2025 that anyone with a gender-neutral passport could face difficulty entering the country because of an executive order signed by Trump directing the government to recognize only two sexes, male or female. The U.S. The U.S. is also home to a large number of developer conferences and events that leaves developers with a tough choice. put themselves at risk of detention or worse, or miss out on the potential virtual opportunities for networking and promotion, which can be particularly important for smaller indie devs. Despite the high costs missing these events can incur, GDC's 2026 State of the Game Industry survey indicates that nearly 1/3 of industry employees who do not live in the U.S. have canceled plans to travel there. 31% of the respondents to the survey, which encompassed more than 2,300 game industry workers, said they have canceled plans to travel outright, while 33% are reconsidering future plans to do so. The number jumps up to 47% among LGBTQ plus workers, reflecting the U.S. government's walkback of human rights for the community. And in particular, attacks on trans rights. Conversations about potential GDC safety concerns for non-Americans have been occurring on social media for some time now. And then they go in here, they kind of show a few of these that have come up here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, continuing on, it says the survey doesn't get better on the management and money side. 60% of non-U.S. industry leaders and investors said current immigration policies in the U.S. have impacted either their ability or their desire to do business with American companies. So this shit is going to affect the economy, not make it better.
Right. I mean, the tariffs have already fucked us pretty hard on that as it is. And then you have this.
Yeah, pretty much the tariffs put us down and said, okay, hold still and bite the pillow. And then this is pretty much saying bite harder.
Pretty much.
Just kind of a crude way of saying it, but that's about what's happening. Among U.S. based professionals at companies with less than 20 employees, 18% said their ability to recruit and retain talent has been impacted by the country's immigration and gender policies, while 42% said that there was no impact and 40% said they were unsure. Among companies with at least 100 employees, 21% said they've been impacted by current U.S. policies. 38% reported no impact, and 41% said that they were unsure. And then this article goes on for a while, but
so yeah, shit's fucked.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, this isn't going to just affect, we're getting rid of the illegals. This is affecting the economy. This is going to affect, our way of life. This is going to affect a lot of other people across the pond, all over the globe, because we can't, a lot of them that depended on us for their business. Yes. So I kind of want to apologize on behalf of the country, even though it's not my fault.
Yeah. But I mean, the assholes or the asshats that put him in command were like, wait, he's really doing all this shit? He literally said he was going to do this shit. And you're surprised now when he's actually doing it. Like, the fuck?
Mm-hmm. So, usually this show doesn't get this political, but seriously,
No.
we can't just stay quiet the whole time, though, You gotta
yeah. And I know Koimiya doesn't like to talk about this stuff, so it's kind of the perfect time he's not here. So, and
we wish he was.
We wish he was, but I mean, then we can kind of voice it a little, and it is starting to affect, like our gaming industry, what we, kind of the things we talk about, and it's becoming the zeitgeist of what's going on right now. So you kind of have to talk about it. I mean, we try and as best we can stay neutral.
I'm not neutral anymore. I've always.
I mean, with this, definitely. I think with this, we cannot fucking stay neutral. We have to speak up about it. Like,
my name is not
right.
Switzerland.
Right. We cannot let innocent people, American citizens, be killed in our fucking streets. And just go, nope, this is fine. What's the problem here? Like, you cannot stand by that.
Reminds me of that meme with Peter Griffin. He's sitting there with the glasses on in the episode where he went blind. And then he's looking around and is like, so everything going on, the whole place is on fire. And he's just trying to have a normal conversation with Horace, the bar owner.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
He's like, take my hand. He's like, no. He's like, no, Peter. He pulls him out and takes him out. And then Tom Tucker's out there. He's like, how did, a blind man, Peter Griffin, just saved a life. He's like, that freaking place was on fire.
Gypsy comes back. You can't ignore it either. It's important. What else we got here? Slayer comes back. If you want your voice to be heard, dissolve the Electoral College and put a term limit on Congress. I agree 100% on both of those. Totally agree on both of those.
Mm-hmm. And it says dissolve. It looks like
because he spelled it wrong. I got what he was saying. I think there needs to be a tighter restrictions on bearing arms. I believe that also.
Well, but if you think about it, the cities that have the tightest restrictions on guns are the ones with the highest gun crime. And that's true. Like Chicago has one of the tightest restrictions on gun ownership, and they also have one of the highest rates of gun crimes in the entire country.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if actually like the restrictions are what it needs to be, or I think it's actually needs to be the educational system needs to be restructured.
We need educational. We also need mental health in this country needs to be reevaluated and brought back. Like we just kind of push them to the side and they're fine. What's the problem? And then sorry, someone popped up on chat here. I wasn't expecting to see. So we need to evaluate those and get better with that in our country. And then, that would stop some of the gun violence. Not specifically this one, but I'm talking like, the mass shootings that seem to pop up quite a bit in our country. What else did Gypsy say? I think there needs to be a tighter... Oh, I already read that one. Sorry. So
no, and I totally agree with that. I mean, yeah, there needs to be something. I don't know what it is at this point, but something needs to happen.
Right. I mean, some we're coming to a head, whether it is a civil war or something. Something's gonna happen. The dam's gonna break somewhere. Just like the Black Lives Matters thing broke, and protests broke out on that. I know there's been protests for ICE too.
Yeah.
But, it's sad affairs we got going on right now. Like our leadership, our president should be the one going, this needs to stop. We're gonna stop this. Instead, they're like, "Yay, keep going!"
Needs to stop worrying about Greenland and everything else, and
all the other bullshit. So,
speaking of some of that other bullshit, released the Epstein files, 3 million pages worth of it. Why are there so fucking many pages? I mean,
how long would that take you to read that?
Yeah. And I've seen some of it. It's like, the way they're just casually talking about torturing children is sick. But one of the funnier aspects of it, though, is the Epstein files revealed that Jeffrey Epstein got banned permanently from Xbox Live in 2013. This is so funny to me. Yep.
Funny but sad.
Now, it doesn't say that it was him. It was just his account. So if it was him on there, or whatever the case may be, the account itself got banned. Now, it doesn't go in to explain exactly what it was, but it does say here, the conduct that caused suspension may include, but is not limited to, and then here's the list of things that went on for it. It was threats of death, harm, property damage, or any other act of violence or vandalism, verbal abuse or profanity directed at other players. Well, who doesn't do that when they're trash talking? I mean, you and I do that when we play,
Right. I mean,
griefing, which is pretty much sitting there going like, yeah, you got it, bitch, extortion or manipulation, libel, defamation, or slander, display of or transmission of personally identifiable information such as names, addresses, phone numbers, or IP addresses, and or stalking. But it doesn't say which one of these was broken. It just gives that as why it was.
Just the general terms of service. Well, it could be one of these.
Yeah. And griefing is like here, like the wide range of behaviors. Griefing, which in video game terms is purposefully hurting a player's experience for others, i.e., relentlessly spawn killing enemies in a way that they can't avoid. What isn't shown here is which infraction was specifically committed, how many warnings the account might have had, or the most pressing question, what Jeffrey Epstein's gamer tag might have been. Now, again, we can't say it was his. He was, we'll just say it, he was, we'll just say with a lot of children at that time. He could have been letting them play on a thing that he had. So
you might not want to word it like that.
Well, I didn't mean it like that. I know phrasing. Oh, wow. Did not mean it like that at all. Yeah, now I can't even find it. Oh,
phrasing.
Obviously.
Yeah, I couldn't find it fast enough.
But yeah, so I just find that funny though that his account got suspended. It's like of everything else going on, it's like you're gonna go to jail and your account is suspended.
Right.
I'm sorry.
He comes back. Gamer tag was Chimo. Sure.
Chimo.
Gypsy comes back. Prince Andrew. Boo. 100% wrong.
Yeah,
that one's about.
Prince Andrew from across the pond actually had dealings with Jeffrey Epstein as well.
Oh,
and
okay. I had not heard that one.
There was proof that he had done inappropriate things with kids. Like, and then he tried denying it, but then eventually I think they were getting ready to oust him, so then he just stepped down. But he's lost
one of those.
All of his palace. I don't know all of it, but I just know he's lost like all of his palace privileges. I don't even think he can go into the palace at this point. I don't know. Gypsy, you might be able to say a little bit more on that, but I know that he can't be within like so many feet of it.
Okay.
Now another part of this whole thing is actually, let me pull this up because I have to pull it up this way.
Oh boy.
There's something that Koimiya sent us yesterday. Really?
Oh, I get what you're saying there, Slayer.
Okay, so let me pull
I'm not
this.
repeating that.
Okay, now
yeah,
I'm kind of.
He has been stripped. That's what Gypsy says.
Oh, okay, yeah. So let me get this pulled up here. So actually, we were talking about Rockstar Games earlier, and this was actually sent to us by Koimiya here. It looks like two Rockstar employees were actually mentioned in the files here. Now, Carolyn was treated. It will come out, including why blank your father ruled that Hillary deleting 30,000 private emails, etc., was a mistake. Leslie Benn seeming as if he invented the throwing money at a prostitute on me, then sexually assaulted me afterwards. And then this goes on about that. I'm not going to read this whole thing,
right?
Because I don't know what they're gonna pin, So yeah, two Rockstar North employees are in these files now. Now, just being in the files, I mean, you got to think he had business dealings with people that probably didn't know what was going on, and because I mean, you think about it, with everybody that he dealt with, a lot of them probably didn't. These guys definitely did. Right. I'm saying. And then on top of that.
But wait, there's more.
I know. I've been feeling like that whole thing with and this was just released yesterday, so there's going to be more.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it'll be well, if it's that many fucking pages, it'll go on for a while.
Mm-hmm. He actually sent 5 Nights at Freddy's prawn. I don't know if we can say it anymore. Via 4chan links, email show. One email from Epstein included the subject line, amazing animations.
Yikes.
So I didn't think this was going to affect the gaming industry at all, but I was wrong.
Right.
I was.
It affects everything.
Yeah, and we need to get a clip of Stewie. Remember that fadoo thing on Family Guy where Brian was like, that was the sound of a helicopter? And he's like, you have no idea what a helicopter sounds like. And then at the very end, you hear a helicopter. He's like, fadoo. He's like, well, I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong. It's like, we need to get a little clip of that of Stewie. I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong.
Okay. Yeah, that's another one we do need. Gypsy comes back. Yeah, the Queen banished him before she died, and King Charles taking away his role. Okay.
Yeah, I knew it was something going on with the royal family with that. I just didn't know everything. But yeah, thank you for clearing that up, though.
Yes, thank you, Gypsy.
Yeah, this whole thing is sick. I mean, what's going on with this country, with ICE, what's going on with the Epstein files, it's like, it's just too much.
Right. I mean, it's kind of convenient that these finally get released when all this ICE stuff is starting to come to a head. They're like, hey, look at this. Here, we got some files over here you can look through to take your mind off of the bullshit that's killing you in the streets, pretty much.
Get your mind on something else. It's like, no. No. All that did was expand the mind, and now we have it all there. I know we still got a few minutes left here.
Yeah. Can we go have some happy stuff?
Do we have any happy stories?
I don't know. I hope so. New evidence. Gypsy comes back. New evidence has been released. Also, released about him. Also, new pictures. Oh boy. Yikesies.
That's sick. Did you just say Yahtzee?
I said yikesies.
Oh, I thought you said Yahtzee. I was like, wait, why are we
Yahtzee
saying...
too?
No, well, to kind of lighten it a little bit, I don't know if this really lightens it, though. You do have 1/3 of U.S. video game industry workers were laid off over the last 2 years. It's making it kind of a hard time to be a game developer in this industry right now.
Yep. Like I said, though, like this industry, the video game industry, has a lot of those layoffs. Like I said, though, they go in waves, kind of like the car industry. But we have good points, and then we'll come down to a low point where they have to lay us off, and then the economy will tick back up. Cars, everybody wants to buy cars, and then we come back and it's full fucking speed ahead. We need 20 million cars. Go, 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 go.
Like shit. It's like we couldn't have just worked during that time.
Right. If you just been steady. So, it's kind of the industry that they're in. It does this, up and down especially with the video games. It just seems really bad, especially with Ubisoft bringing it back to those. Like it seems like they're definitely on the layoff kick. That and Xbox, like those two seem to be. It's like they spent too much money and they're like, oh shit.
Yeah, it went on here. It's just saying 1/3 of U.S. video game, and this is just U.S. video game. This isn't even the whole world, but U.S. video game industry workers say they were laid off over the past 2 years, according to a new survey conducted by the organizers behind the newly revamped Game Developers Conference. Based on responses from more than 2,300 gaming industry professionals, which survey customized for each participant group, ensuring that developers, marketers, executives, investors, and others answered questions most relevant to them. In 2026 State of Game Industry Report found that 33% of respondents in the U.S. were laid off in the past 2 years. Now, I want to know, though, is that laid off and then they had to go find other jobs like somewhere else in a different industry? Or is this kind of like what you do where like your company lays you off and then they bring you back once things kick up again?
Yeah. Again, because a lot of these studios are not unionized, I don't think they come back. I think they have to go find work other places because there's nothing concrete that says, hey, we have to hire these people back before we bring in new people type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing that's how that works.
Yeah, if anybody on here is a business expert or knows how that kind of stuff works, we'd appreciate it if you chime in. Maybe we can get like a business expert to come talk to us about this industry.
Yeah. I mean, there's, like I said, I've read a couple books about it, and they all start talking about how it's ebbs and flows, and like, one worker will start at this company, finish a game, get laid off, go to this next company, and it's just a vicious cycle. Like,
that's how it is with a
Gypsy-
lot of the voice actors too. They
Right.
do the work, they get laid off,
Yeah.
move from company
Gypsy
to
does
company.
come back. I'm really getting into indie horror games. Markiplier's new film Iron Lung is pretty good based on the indie game. I didn't know it was based on a game.
Yeah, it's an older indie game that I don't know how much older it is, but yeah, it does look pretty good though. I never played the game, but it does look pretty good, I think.
Okay. Maybe I'll have to check that one out. I don't know if I'll go see it in the theater, but maybe when it comes out. What does Slayer come back here with? My brother-in-law was a game tester, and when they get laid off, they don't come back. Okay.
Yeah,
I figured that's what it was. Like, for me, when I get laid off, I have it in my contract where it says they got to bring me back and, move me if need be, kind of like why I'm in Ohio where I am, because I had to go where the work was. My plant got shut down, and I was able to move here to continue working with the company.
But they gave you the choice though, didn't they? Like you can move or you can quit, or wouldn't they have to like pay out your contract though?
I could move. I was totally voluntary. I could put in for this and get moved here to continue working, or I could continue to be laid off. And, if I could still collect my sub pay, unemployment and all that, or go get another job, still be with the company for like 10 years. And if they did bring the plant back, which they're planning on hopefully doing, but there is some caveats to that. They're saying it's delayed past when it should be. I don't want to get into all that, but I could stay on until they brought that plant back online if they did that. But I took it as I need to continue working. So if you're going to pay me to come out here, then that's what I'm going to do.
Yep. Nicey.
When did Gypsy come back here?
Sorry.
Trying to lighten the mood. Thank you, Gypsy. I appreciate that.
We are very much a lighthearted show. It's just we got some
we had to dig into
affecting...
some harder stuff this episode. But yeah, we try and keep it light and funny, and try and bring up a little bit about that, but sometimes you can't.
And going back to what Slayer
light
was
funny.
saying. Going back to what Slayer was saying though, I actually used to work it's not even there anymore, so I can say the name of it. There was a place called West Business Services that was in Middleton, Wisconsin. We were right across the street from Raven Software. And so Raven Software was in Middleton. I didn't even know that until I got the job there. And all of a sudden I was seeing people come out wearing like brand new Call of Duty shirts and brand new Destiny shirts and everything. And I was like, wait, what? They must be doing something over there. And then I asked them, I actually met one of the people that worked at Raven when I went to McDonald's. That was just right down the street. We happened to be going out for lunch and they were having lunch. And I just said, so what do you guys do over there? It's a very small building. It looks like it's just paper pushing, And he's like, no, we actually do the play testing and we do the development for the maps for Call of Duty and for Destiny. And I was like, so when I see all these like kids that look like 18, 19 years old, he's like, oh, those are our play testers. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. So that sounds fun. And I was like, how do you get a job like that? He actually he kind of like mumbled his way through it. And I was like, are you just trying to tell me I don't want that job? And he was like, let's just say it's not one that lasts. And I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, yeah. What did Slayer come back? I know that when the testers finish a game, they might keep them on as support or keep testing for bugs.
Yeah, that's what I found out just through my conversation with him. They find out like where the screen tearings are at, if there's any kind of you know how you can like exploit a bug and like get extra loot, extra XP, stuff like that.
Right.
It's these testers that find that. or they're supposed
Right.
to find that.
We're supposed
And
to. It's usually
it-
us.
Yeah.
The people playing it, and then they go, "No, you can't do that. We don't want you to do that, Patch." Like, motherfucker, it was in here. Let me have fun with it. I love using those exploits.
Mm-hmm. Exploits, huh? No, I do
Fuck
that
you.
too. Hey, you did the whole thing with one eye earlier.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Whatever. Yeah, but I've actually said I would like to be a game developer, like a QA tester, but it's just one. If I was guaranteed to have the job, I think if you're bringing on QA testers, you should bring them on for one game and then keep them on when you have more games coming in. You can't tell me they don't have a steady flow of games coming in.
You would think.
And bring on the testers. You've already got people who are proving.
I would think, like, in the pecking order, though, testers would be like the first one to take said layoffs or whatnot. They're like, oh, well, we don't need testers right now because we don't have any games because we canceled them all.
But then lay them off temporarily and bring them back like they do with you guys.
Right. I mean, but they have no contract to say, hey, we have to get this guy instead of keeping Slayer that's been doing it for years. We hire Cyclops that just wants to get in, test it out and have some fun. There's nothing in there saying that they have to do that.
True. So, well, anyway, I mean, we did have one other story. We can bring that up if you want.
We're at that time, and I think unless it's something super happy.
No, it's the Grok story.
Yeah, no.
So, no, it's just saying that there was Elon Musk was facing EU, like backlash from the EU for deepfakes that can be used for Grok. So let's just leave it at that.
Well, Slayer comes back. They don't make much anyways. I didn't think they did. Gypsy, I would do FR, but they, like you say, it's not a stable job.
Yeah. It's not a stable job. Just do it for fun. Yeah, the Q.
I mean, kind of like what we're doing with this show. We're not making anything off this. We're just doing. For real. Sorry.
I do it for real.
Yeah. I was like, what? You damn kids and your leet speak. I mean, like I was saying, we do this show for fun. We're not making any money off it. We're just having some fun, some friends getting on here, seeing what we can do, and see where it goes.
Mm-hmm. If we start making money off of it, that would be awesome.
I'm 40.
Hey, I just turned 42. That dude, the spiky hair dude is 45?
Yep.
Think Koimiya is about the same?
Yeah, Koimiya is technically older than me by like a month, I think.
Yeah, he's our grandpa. So
yeah, I mean, we're just doing this for fun, seeing where it goes. If we could turn it into a job, great. If not, then we just we had fun with it and did what we did,
and we'll keep having fun for years to come.
Yes.
So
you're all old.
Yeah, I know.
So you're the one that's doing the leet speak, huh, there, Slayer?
If you sit there and say 6'7", I am gonna come over there and slap you. My niece just turned 7, and I asked her, I was like, so how old are you now? I was just doing like this little FaceTime, and she was like, I was like, how old are you now? And she's like, yesterday I was 6, and today I'm 7, 6, 7. And I was like, hey, nope, your parents taught you better than that.
That's what Slayer says. I'm 6'7".
We will not be doing 6'7" here. God, that thing started as a meme, didn't it?
I don't even know how it started. I mean, like everything that gets into the zeitgeist, like where does it come from?
Well, I mean, ours was I am cornholio. I need TP for my bunghole.
Right,
like, that came
from something. I don't know where. I mean, it's like a TikTok thing, I'm sure. Like that's where most of these things come from, these trends and whatnot. That they come up with, Tide Pod challenge, like what the fuck? Have some fucking common sense.
Yeah, the ones that can kill you like that, it's like stop it.
Yeah,
it's like a new form of natural selection.
Pretty much.
And then when they sit there and they're in the hospital and they're like, "Oh, don't do it," it's like, okay, it was pretty common knowledge. Don't do it, and you did it anyway.
Yeah, I thought it was common knowledge or common sense, but let Slayer come out. It's from a song, but it's really a gov program research project from the 40s. Oh shit! Now we're going into conspiracy theories.
We better stop before
that's a bad rabbit hole.
So, but anyway, but yeah, that's the show for today. Neodeath, did you have anything else to add?
Not really.
Are you gonna be?
I have to get more back onto streaming. I haven't done any streaming this week, and I know Komiya isn't either. But that he's got the whatever personal issues going on with him. But I've just been lazy, and I've been playing a lot of like old school RPGs, and I don't feel that that's decent content. It's like I don't know what I'd say about it and whatnot. So
it says what? Not a conspiracy.
What does it come back? Not a conspiracy. You can see the papers they published.
Okay.
They probably need a rum after the deep episode. Yeah.
I got a beer out here. I might go drink it.
This is not filled with water.
I've got some here. I just haven't been drinking anything from. But no,
yeah, so you're gonna start streaming Expedition 33, right?
Yep, I'll be doing Expedition 33 at the harassment of these two. And I will definitely, and I'll definitely be streaming all of my playthroughs for that. Probably start this weekend, or if I don't start this weekend, I'll start on Monday.
Good to hear.
Yep, and then I'm hoping to go see Iron Lung. I don't know if I'll get to see that this weekend or if I have to wait till my next paycheck, but we'll definitely be seeing that. And then, throughout the week, I'll just be working on stuff and trying to better the show.
Sounds good.
So, yep. And
Gypsy comes back here. Your link comes to my DC Adam. So I will come and say hello.
All right.
Look
forward to seeing you there, Gypsy.
Appreciate you being on the show. And Slayer, thank you for all your input also. And anybody else that was watching, we appreciate you.
All right. And remember, haters gonna hate and gamers got a game. All right, guys. Peace out. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.
Laters.
What was that? Okay, he usually shouts out laters.
Good night, everybody.